Hello everyone, my name is Larseth, and welcome back to a short guide. This time, it's going to be on... I'm going to start a list of guides on individual countries and sort of basic strategies for them. And this time, I thought we'll go from beginning of the alphabet, well, or at least not right from the beginning, but one I found interesting, which is Aragon. Now, this is the starting position with Aragon. I've literally just loaded in the game, done nothing. So the starting position Aragon is in is, you know, a little precarious, really. Because you've got Castile to your left, which can be aggressive straight away, as they are to me. They are my rival. And you have France to the north, and they've also rivaled me in this game. So this start would be incredibly difficult for Aragon, because as Aragon, you generally can succeed by playing France and Castile off against one another. However, if both of them hate you, that's not going to happen. So the general plan as Aragon, as I said, is to play France and Castile off one of them. So if France was not rivaled to me, was actually friendly to me, I would ally France. And Austria is also a good ally to have. So in this situation, where neither of them like me, I'd go for Austria, because they're friendly to me as an ally. I would also go for probably the Papal State, and probably Portugal as well, because they're friendly to me as well. But in an ideal situation, you want, which would make it much easier, is for France to be your ally, along with probably Papal State and Portugal. Because what that allows you to do is it protects you against, obviously, Castile, but it allows you to take full advantage of when the Castilian Civil War happens, which is in essentially about the first 50 to 60 years of the game. So when that happens, Castile will get a load of rebels, and you can sweep in along with France and whoever and go to war with them. I mean, you can do that beforehand, but that's the time when they're the most vulnerable. So that's the sort of situation you want to do for allies. With regard to sort of general direction of the game as a whole, of the campaign, you can go down two routes, really. I guess three routes, really, with Aragon. You can choose to do colonization, in which case you would take probably exploration first, and then expansion. And you would colonize parts of Africa around the Ivory Coast, and depending on how quick you are, or I suppose how quick Castile and Portugal are, you might be able to get some of the small islands to jump across. Obviously you're slightly further away, so your colonial range won't be as great, but it's not too much of a difference. So that's one way you can play the game. Another way you could play is by doing, essentially focusing on expansion within Europe, forgetting colonization, and focusing solely on expansion within Europe. So there you would want to gobble up the whole of Iberia and possibly move into North Africa. Now, along with this, you would want to take trade ideas as part of Castile's national ideas, or no, Aragon's national ideas. They get bonus trade steering and bonus global trade power. So there's a little bit of help there, but you would also probably want to take as ideas trade and economic, especially trade. That would be first, because let's quit this. Because Aragon sits in the Genoa trade node. All of its provinces are in the Genoa trade node, which is an end node. So at the start of the game, and pretty much for most of the game, this will be it will be for the whole game, an incredibly lucrative node. So the fact that all of your provinces are in here is brilliant. So you want to capitalize on that by taking trade ideas. And what you could also do to increase your sort of naval contribution to your trade power with light ships is to go for maritime ideas. Normally not that great, but it would help you in this situation, just by getting more light ships out there. The last way you can go, I guess, as a general direction, is doing a mix of colonization and trade. Well, I mean, colonization, you would probably take trade anyway, to be honest. So, I mean, there are two main directions now that I think about it. The direction whereby you conquer Iberia is helped quite a lot because you will get a mission which is unique to Aragon at the start of the game, which is Vassalize Navarra. This will prevent France from cutting through, because France and Castile will either have to fabricate a claim, or they will either fabricate a claim, or they will try and do it diplomatically. Taking that mission and vassalizing them gives you an instant, it cuts off France from Spain, or France from Castile, which is brilliant, because it basically allows you to keep Castile all to yourself, while still using France to help you take them down. While playing as Aragon, this can never happen, I don't believe, when the AI are doing it, but while playing as Aragon, the Iberian Wedding, where Castile can basically rule over Aragon and Naples in a personal union, is reversed when you are playing as Aragon. So there is the potential for you to get the Iberian Wedding where you hold a personal union over Castile. That obviously is a great help. That speeds up everything, regardless of whether you're going for a colonization game or conquering Iberia. It speeds everything up. Because if you could do that, you can then form the Spanish nation. I'm not sure. Oh, can you do it? We'll see. I'm not sure. I think you might have to integrate Castile to do it. But either way, you'll be able to form the Spanish nation, which itself has a heavy focus on trade and colonization for its ideas. So that will play into your colonization direction if you choose to go that way. If not, then the trade will help you get money anyway. And the fact that you'll be in control of the Sevilla trade node will mean that all the trade coming in here, you can redirect to Genoa and basically tap it from there. Now, military ideas, rather, are quite straightforward for Aragon. I mean, there are main military ideas which are generally the better ones to get, which is probably offensive, quantity, and those are the two main ones. After that, it's, I think, personal choice. The only one I tend to never bother getting is naval, if I'm honest. Unless it's like your proper maritime power. I mean, Aragon it's sort of a mid-range power. So you could realistically take naval, especially if you're taking maritime. But I think other ideas such as defensive and quality are a lot better than that. But that's the general direction you want to take with Aragon. It's a really fun nation to play as. I haven't played it in a few patches, so it'll be interesting to give it a go again at some point. But I hope this guide helped, at least somewhat. And I will be making a few more in the future. I haven't decided on who next. I might do Brandenburg next, because they're always fun. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.